Ethan was a determined and hardworking boy. From a young age, he understood that success never came easily, so he always put in his best effort in everything he did. Whether it was studying, sports, or any other activity, Ethan dedicated his time to practice and improve his skills. He was not afraid of difficulties or failure because he believed that as long as he persevered, results would eventually come. However, despite his continuous efforts, Ethan had yet to achieve the success he hoped for. His friends seemed to progress quickly, while he always felt one step behind. At times, he felt discouraged and wondered if he was on the right path. But no matter how tough things got, he never gave up. He firmly believed that as long as he kept going, one day, he would find his own way. One day, after many failures and much self-doubt, Ethan decided to seek the wisdom of a revered monk who lived atop a high mountain. He hoped that this wise man could help him understand the secret to true success. After a long and arduous journey, Ethan finally arrived at the ancient temple where the monk resided. With deep respect, he asked, "Master, I have worked so hard, yet I still have not succeeded. What should I do?" The monk smiled, pointed to a small seed, and said, "Plant this seed and take care of it. When the tree grows, you will find your answer." Ethan did not fully understand, but he obediently took the seed home and began his journey of nurturing it, unaware that the most valuable lesson about success was about to unfold. The monk then handed Ethan a spoon filled with oil. Looking at him kindly, he said, "Walk around the monastery without spilling a single drop of oil." Ethan nodded, focusing all his attention. He walked slowly, eyes fixed on the spoon. He did not dare to look around, fearing that even a brief distraction would cause the oil to spill. When he returned, he proudly declared, "Master, I kept the oil intact." The monk nodded and smiled, then asked, "Did you see the beautiful gardens or the magnificent paintings inside the monastery?" Ethan was startled. Because he had been too focused on the spoon, he had completely missed all the beauty around him. He started to realize that perhaps success was not just about relentless effort but also about being present and aware of life's experiences. The monk smiled and handed Ethan the spoon again. "This time, walk around the monastery once more, but take in everything around you." Ethan nodded and carefully retraced his steps. This time, he allowed himself to look up at the breathtaking paintings on the walls, listened to the gentle sound of the flowing stream, and admired the vibrant flowers in the garden. He felt a deep sense of peace and beauty, things he had previously overlooked. When he returned, he excitedly said, "Master, this time I saw everything." But the monk pointed to the spoon. "Did you notice that you spilled some oil?" Ethan looked down and saw that he had indeed lost some oil. He started to understand, true success was not just about hard work but also about balancing one's focus on goals with an awareness of life's beauty and meaning. The monk gazed at Ethan with kind eyes and said, "You see, if you focus only on keeping the oil safe, you will miss the beauty around you. But if you only admire the scenery, you will fail in your responsibility. Success does not lie in mere diligence or pleasure, it is about balancing both." Ethan stood in deep thought. He realized that he had been so caught up in chasing success that he had forgotten to appreciate the beauty of life. But he also understood that if he only indulged in enjoyment without discipline and effort, he would not go far. The monk continued, "Walk forward, enjoy the view, but do not forget to keep the oil steady." Ethan smiled, treasuring this profound lesson. He knew that from this moment on, he would walk his path with a more balanced heart. Ethan left the monastery with a new mindset. On his journey home, he reflected deeply on the monk's lesson. In the past, he had worked tirelessly, focusing all his energy on his goals but neglecting the small joys of life. Other times, he had been too distracted by life's pleasures and had forgotten his responsibilities. From that moment on, Ethan decided to change. He still worked hard, but he no longer placed excessive pressure on himself. He took time to enjoy precious moments, watching a peaceful sunset, having warm conversations with his family, or simply experiencing a moment of tranquility in nature. Over time, he realized that when he maintained a balance between his goals and his life, everything became lighter, and success naturally followed. Ethan understood that the true secret was not just in chasing the destination, but in appreciating every step of the journey.